Hello, welcome to the temple. There's an NPC where you can get points to get your buffs for a temple. There's two options to buy the buffs. One costs 1 million and another option costs you 20 avatar orders. Right click to consume the items you bought to receive the points. Press this button and you will see all the buffs that you can get from the temple. The maximum cap is level 20 for each of the buffs. The middle buffs is just additional buffs that you can use every time in the temple. They don't stack, and if you use it instantly you won't get the buff. Its best option to use those buffs is at boss rooms when you need some help with killing them. Also, don't mind my points distribution, because on every class it can be different. I'm assassin, so I'm pretty happy about my blood paint, so I don't need to put too much effort in doing temple. For room 1 we get Celestial Guardian skill count, so we need to kill 10 Celestial Guardians to fix the matrix that we could go for another room. On the higher rooms, the Celestial Guardians will also have additional mobs that would be called Celestian Nullifiers, so keep it in mind, you need to kill only Celestial Guardians. For each mob room you complete, you get experience. There is always 8 mob rooms and boss room every 9 levels of the temple, and bosses change every 9 levels, and you get the same boss twice in one go. So as example, if you go to room 9, you will have the same boss as in room 18, but in room 27 you will have a different boss. This is one you need to bring the stuff to the middle floor. So it says to kill, bring dragon essence. You hit the dragons. Dragons hit you back, not that much, but they interrupt your attacks. So make sure you getting the items when hitting them. Now you need a bring imp god, so you focus the imps, but careful, imps run to the certain direction. And the third one is ginseng fruit. Be careful when you're attacking the plant, because it drops 3 different items. 2 of them isn't the ones you need. They are called Sengen fruits. And keep it in mind that you need to collect the ginseng fruit. Challenge the calamity. You need to kill the avatar of calamity, but he gets immortal buff. You can remove the buff if you collect those green circles on the ground. Challenge the protectors. You see, this is like tower defense game. You attack middle bead and you get special orbs, special points to increase the guarding towers. You can increase each guarding person for 3 times. When the NPC glows by yellow, that means it's a maximum level. The NPC that looks like a man, this is a slower and massive damage dealer, AoE damage, so it hits all the mobs on the way and it slows them together. The NPC who looks like a woman is the basic damage dealer in these waves, because she deals the biggest damage to the overall, but she hits only one mob, but also she adds the debuff that increases the damage mobs taken. Remember, you can't hit the mobs yourself, so all the jobs with the mobs deals the NPCs. Also, don't be scared, you don't need to kill fully the middle orb to upgrade your NPCs. In this waves room, there is 10 waves. After the 10th, when the 10th wave starts, first of all, there's mobs coming. After that, there is the boss who is coming. To the boss, you can deal damage, so remember it. You are the basic damage dealer to the boss. NPCs won't be killing it. Here we have a wave 10. So like you see, first mobs is spawning. After a few seconds, when the mobs pass the second NPC, there will be the boss spawning. What I use here as melee attacker, there's in the middle lane the last buff that increases your basic attack's range. So I spark and use all my abilities, damaging abilities or damage increasing abilities to kill the boss. The portal. You need to collect 10 orbs, and each orb summons 10 mobs. So total you need to kill 100 mobs. So there is 10 orbs, 5, and they repeat twice. So green orb summons the mobs who uses poison on you that deals damage over time. Blue orbs summons the mobs who stuns you. Yellow orbs summons the mobs who deals AoE fire damage. And blue orbs summons the mobs who deal basic high damage. And yellow orbs summons the mobs with highest HP and defense, and the red orbs summons mobs with who deals fire damage. So basic thing in this room is to kill all the mobs to get 100 mobs count, and you will be finished the room. Challenge the elements. This room is pretty simple, you just need to kill all the elemental pillars, but you see it fights when you deal double damage to any of other elements, or which one removes the damage over time each element gives you. So check that always to lower the chance of your dying. Challenge the believers. You will see three places of mobs that you need to kill. There is a monk's Papaman, and there's a follower. You don't kill the followers and don't use any AoE skills while killing those mobs. Because if you kill the follower, you will fail the quest and you will need to repeat it again. challenge the monk. At this room, it will summon 4 mobs. Each mob gives the mob that summons after those a different abilities. So the tiger gives the mob the physical defense, turtle gives HP, dragon, phoenix gives the mob elemental resistance, and the dragon gives magical attack and physical attack. Floor 9, it's the first boss room in the temple. You see there is 4 different bosses that you need to kill. So I start from the green one because it summons the green swirly thingies that deals wood damage, magical damage when you stand in this. I choose the middle one because it's easier to avoid its attacks, because it takes a half of the room of his attack when he launches it. If you stand into the place where it launches, it deals massive damage to you. I choose the blue one next to the left because he uses AoE skill that pulls you to this purple circle. Try not to stand inside it because it deals massive damage. I leave the fire boss to the last because it summons the firewall, and you stand in the ice thing that summons the boss to avoid the firewall, because if you stand in the firewall it will deal a massive damage. After each boss room you will choose 2 rewards that you can get every type of. And that will be the first part of the mobs and the first boss of the temple. And the mob stays the same all the rooms, just the bosses changes.